Awami League has reinforced secular ideology, says Prime Minister. Russian Foreign Minister Lavrov in Dhaka. Trial train reaches Bhanga from Dhaka through Podda Bridge. Those were the headlines. You're watching ATN News. Good evening, viewers. I'm Riti Prova with English Bulletin. Bangladesh is a secular state. It is clearly stated in Article 12 of the Constitution. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina made the remark while exchanging greetings with members from Hindu community marking Janmashtami, the birth of Lord Krishna. She said secularism means everybody has the right to practice his or her religion freely. Slamming Ziaur Rahman, the Prime Minister said it was Ziaur Rahman who had suspended Article 12 of the Constitution. It is Awami League that has revived Article 12 after coming to power. The Prime Minister at the time called upon the Hindu community not to make itself belittle by calling themselves as minority. Every religion of the world talks about peace. However, some people try to destroy it. All will have to resist them in unison, she said. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina will fly to India on Friday to attend G20 summit. The India tour of the Prime Minister ahead of the national election has drawn keen interest from the political arena. The Prime Minister will hold meeting with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Friday evening after reaching New Delhi. The two heads of government will discuss several bilateral issues including energy and sharing of Tista water. Meanwhile, Indian Anandabazar newspaper said there is a possibility that Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina might see Chief Minister of West Bengal Mamata Banerjee. Both of them will join a dinner hosted by Indian President in honor of the world leaders on September 9. Prime Minister will return on September 10. French President Emmanuel Macron will come to Bangladesh on a tour on the same day. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has reached Dhaka on an official tour. Earlier, Foreign Minister A.K. Momen said Bangladesh will push Russia to make Rupur nuclear power plant operational as soon as possible. He made the disclosure at a press conference at Foreign Service Academy on Thursday. He said the matter will be discussed at his meeting with Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. Due to international sanction on Russia, it has now become difficult to bring machinery for Rupur nuclear power plant. Finding an easiest way to bring the machinery and Rohingya crisis and import of fertilizer will also be discussed at the meeting, he added. Another feather has been added to Bangladesh's dream journey to modern communication. A train reached Bhanga of Furidpur from Dhaka through Podda Bridge on Thursday morning. The trial run took 2-hour time to reach Bhanga, starting the journey from capital Komalapur some minutes after 10 a.m. It took only 8 minutes time for the train to cross Podda Bridge. Minister for Railway Mohammad Nurul Islam Shujon, some lawmakers, high officials from railway and government officials from different levels were on the train. The train will ply officially from Dhaka to Bhanga from October 10. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina will inaugurate it. Bangladesh Railway has constructed 172-kilometer rail track from Dhaka to Joshore through Podda Bridge Rail Link project. BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir has called upon the leaders and activists of the party to come out on the streets without fearing about imprisonment and death. The BNP leader made the remark at a discussion marking launching of the book Nobboyer Gono Obuthan O Kichu Kotha at Shagor Rooney Auditorium of Dhaka Reporters Unity on Thursday afternoon. Duksu leaders of 90s and leaders of All Students Unity also took part in the discussion. Mirza Fakhrul said it is not possible to have neutral polls under a partisan government. He alleged the government has formed new cell to send opposition leaders and activists to jail. The BNP leaders also made apprehension that he might be sent to jail very soon in a false case. There could be some faults eliminating mosquitoes. Overall, the city corporations are working to kill mosquitoes. Minister for Local Government Tajul Islam made the remark at a press conference at the Secretariat on Thursday on the occasion of Local Government Day on September 14. When asked about the recent remark of Health Minister that dengue infection and deaths will not go down if number of mosquitoes not lessened, an anti-mosquito program should continue throughout the year. The minister said LGRD has no negligence in the initiatives. People will have to be more aware and cautious, he added. Now a short break. We will be back soon with Cyclone batters Brazil, 37 killed. Argentina face Ecuador in 2026 World Cup qualifier. You're watching ATN News. This is English Bulletin. As per Constitution of the country, elections should be held after 5 years. The government has no legitimacy without polls. Planning Minister M.A. Mannan made the remark while inaugurating academic building of Shoptogram High School on Shantigram Upazila of Noakhali on Thursday. He said the Election Commission will hold the election as per law. Election will not be held under the influence of any foreign power. Now news from around the world. Southern Brazil has been battered and ravaged by a cyclone rage with flooding that left at least 37 people dead. About 3,500 are displaced and prompted the federal government to dispatch helicopters for rescues, said the authorities late Wednesday. Rescuers are rescuing people trapped due to landslides and looking for the missing in the ruins. The storm brought strong winds and floods to the states of Rio Grande do Sul and Santa Catarina, submerging dozens of towns. Croplands, roads, houses have been submerged due to overflowing of local rivers. Many people have taken shelter on highways. Earlier, the Civil Defense in Rio Grande do Sul has issued multiple flood and landslide warnings throughout the state this week. Flood warnings placed near the Taquari River, the Das Antas River and the Cai River, which course through towns and mountains in southern Brazil. U.S. State Secretary Antony Blinken has announced over $1 billion new aid for Ukraine, including about $665 million new military and civilian security assistance. During Kyiv visit, he announced this, hailing the months-long counteroffensive against the Russian forces in the country's southeast. The new U.S. aid included HIMARS missile launch systems, Javelin anti-tank weapons, Abrams tanks and other weapons systems, White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said on Wednesday. Pentagon said it would also send depleted uranium ammunition, which is highly effective at piercing armor plates, but their use is controversial. After meeting with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, Blinken said this new aid will only strengthen Ukraine's counteroffensive. However, Pentagon spokesman said last March, U.S. will not send any uranium-enriched weapons to Ukraine. Russia expressed discontent at this announcement. Russian ambassador to the U.S., Anatoly Antonov, strongly criticized the move as inhumane and dangerous. Russian President Vladimir Putin and Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman have agreed to continue oil cuts till the end of this year. Leaders have agreed on this in a phone conversation, the Kremlin said on Wednesday. It also added, leaders agreed on recent energy supply cuts agreement which has stabilized the global energy markets. Oil production's global leaders Saudi Arabia and Russia announced on Tuesday. Voluntary oil supply cuts will be extended till the end of the year. Russia will roll over its decision through exporting 300,000 barrels per day, while Saudi Arabia will extend its voluntary oil output cut of 1 million barrels per day. The Kremlin said leaders have been highly satisfied with cooperation between their countries within the framework of the OPEC Plus group of leading oil producers.
The OPEC group of oil-producing nations. The news saw international.
Japan successfully launched H-2A rocket carrying the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency's JAXA moon lander SLIM on Thursday. It is scheduled to land on the moon early next year. Through this, Japan looks to become the world's fifth country to land on the moon. JAXA said the homegrown H-2A rocket took off from Tanegashima Space Center in southern Japan on Thursday and successfully released the smart lander for observing the moon. The launch took place after 3 series of postponements due to unfavorable weather conditions last month. Through Moon Sniper, Japan aims to land SLIM within 100 meters of its target site on the lunar surface. The $100 million mission is expected to reach the moon by February next year. JAXA said through the moon mission, humans will make a qualitative shift, being able to land where they want. Before ending the bulletin, the top stories once again. Awami League has reinforced secular ideology, says Prime Minister. Russian Foreign Minister Lavrov in Dhaka. Trial train reaches Bhanga from Dhaka through Podda Bridge. Cyclone batters Brazil, 37 killed. Argentina face Ecuador in 2026 World Cup qualifier. That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for being with ATN News.